to 4.
Welcome to the Doug Bailey Radio Show. Here's Doug Bailey.
On the phone right now is Def Leppard guitarist Vivian Campbell. Vivian, welcome.
Thank you, Doug. Pleasure to be on with you.
How's the tour going so far?
Oh, it's going brilliant. It really is. It's just been fantastic from every point of view. Just the audience numbers, the audience enthusiasm, and the way the band's playing, everything's just going great.
And it looks like you guys did a little bit something different for the tour, a different stage setup. I love those 3 video boards to start out with the city that you're playing in, and then the set list kind of revamped a little bit. You're starting off with Rocket this time, which I think is a great choice. My wife and I had a chance to see you in Chicago at Wrigley Field on Saturday night, and we've seen a lot of Def Leppard shows. We both concluded on the drive back to the hotel, this is the best Def Leppard show we have ever seen. So good job.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we kind of upped the ante on this one, with the production and whatnot. And like I say, the band's just playing great, which you would hope. I mean, we've had a lot of practice.
Yeah, a little bit. Just a few years.
Yeah, so, we talk about this a lot, how we kind of nuance our performance, year after year. It just gets tighter and tighter. And, that's the beauty of being a musician. You get to hone your craft year after year. If we were athletes, we would have been long retired. But, it's different being a guitar player and a drummer and whatnot. So
you guys can't retire. We cannot have Def Leppard. You guys need to be here for the near future.
Well, as Joe said, there will be a next time, So, and there always is, We want to keep doing this as long as we can. And, obviously, year after year, we do try and make it a little bit more special. So I'm glad you enjoyed the show. It was certainly a good one in Chicago.
It was a great one. Pretty much a sold-out crowd. Some of the best sound I've ever heard from you guys. And I haven't seen you many times outside, mostly inside. But on the phone right now, Vivian Campbell, guitarist from Def Leppard, of course, on the road with Journey. Going to be at Wells Fargo Arena coming up this Monday night. And the past few summers, you guys have had some heavy hitters on the road with you: Poison, Kiss, Tesla, Styx, and REO. Why Journey this year?
We've only ever toured with Journey once before. That was 12 years ago in 2006. And it was a great tour in terms of the numbers, just the audiences that we pulled. I think Journey are very much like Def Leppard in as much as they have a real depth of catalog, genuine hit songs that they can fill their entire show with. So I think it's one of those situations where 1 and 1 make 3. You get a lot of people who are fans of both bands and a lot of people who just genuinely want to hear hit song after hit song, and that's when you put us together with Journey, that's what you get.
Why do you think Def Leppard continues to be as popular today as they were in the 80s? Now, you came on board after Adrenalize was done recording, of course, with the passing of Steve Clark, but why do you think they're as popular today as they basically have always been?
Well, we've been seeing a lot more of the younger generation coming to our shows over the last 10 or 15 years, and especially in the last couple of years. I personally believe that's part of the upside of music piracy, is that younger generations get exposed to our music and through sharing files and whatnot. And, the upside is they become fans of the band and they come to the show. So it's great to see, actually, and that kind of feeds into the energy of our performance as well. When we look out there and see, maybe 30 or 40% of the crowd are young enough to be our kids, there's a whole different energy around a Def Leppard show these days, So it's a win-win for us.
How does it feel to be a part of one of the top touring shows this year? Everybody's saying this is basically the big show of the year. This is what you need to see.
It doesn't suck.
No, it does not, and I've seen it personally.
Yeah, we don't take it for granted, though. We realize how fortunate we are to be able to be doing this, and that the band is in this ascendancy at the moment. And it's just a joy to do it. I mean, the music is joyful and the experience is joyful, and we are very, very blessed to be able to be out there and be doing that at this time in our life. It's all good. And
Def Leppard isn't the only thing you're doing. I guess I've heard on your off time you've got a solo band. Tell me about that. Is it called Last in Line, I believe?
Yeah, it's a remnants of the original Dio band. That was my first major band, was with Dio back in the early 80s, Ronnie James Dio. I was part of the band that wrote and recorded and toured Holy Diver, Last in Line, and the Sacred Heart albums. And a year or so after Ronnie had passed away, I got together with the original drummer, Vinny Appice, and the original bass player, Jimmy Payne. And, just as a fun sort of a project, we just wanted to play together. And one thing led to another. We got this great singer called Andrew Freeman who could really do justice to the music, and we started just playing some shows on the West Coast when our schedules permitted, and it grew over the years. We went to Europe, went to Japan. We had very limited ambition. It really was just a side project for all of us, and eventually we were offered a chance to write and record a new album, which we did in 2016. Put out an album called Heavy Crown.
Will we ever see you guys in the Midwest? Do you ever venture out the West Coast?
I hope
the Midwest?
so, yeah. I mean, it's difficult, because I was doing that a lot. I did a lot of fly dates earlier in the year before we started the Leopard tour. We would just fly out and play weekend shows, and we went to the East Coast, went to Texas and whatnot. But we've yet to get to the Midwest. It's a big country, It's kind of hard to get around on that scale. We're just playing clubs and stuff, but it's very, very joyous for me. I mean, it's a great way to reconnect with an earlier part of my career, and the guitar player in me really appreciates being able to do that, and exercise that muscle. And it also, Joe has a side project band called Down and Outs, and Phil has a project called Delta Deep, and, we're all very active in these things, and I think it actually helps keep us fresh when we come back to Def Leppard. There's a renewed sort of enthusiasm, and I genuinely believe that you are what you do, and all I ever wanted to do was play guitar in a rock band, and I don't like to sit around and have too much time off, so I keep busy.
Well, you kick ass in what you do, I'll tell you that. How about maybe when Def Leppard and the tour's done, you three get your three bands together and hit the road and come to the Midwest. We'll welcome you with open arms here to Des Moines.
Well, we've actually talked about that. It would be great at some point to do something like that, but it can be difficult, in terms of logistics and the economics and stuff. Yeah. But yeah, that'd be great.
On the phone right now, Vivian Campbell, guitarist from Def Leppard. They're out on the road with Journey, of course, making a stop Monday night at Wells Fargo Arena. Let's leave the stage for a minute and go to retail. I was happy to see a few months ago that you guys had your own beer line, a nice pale ale, which I got a chance to sip on a few of those in Chicago this weekend. How did that come about?
That's a good question. I'm not really sure, but it's happened, and it coincided with the start of this tour. And
did they not brief you on this?
I never get briefed on anything, Doug. I just kind of show up and play guitar. It is a good beer, It's a craft brewery. We teamed up with a brewery called Elysian out of Seattle, and it is a good beer. I mean, it's a little strong, so I hope you weren't drinking too many of them at the weekend.
I only had about 5 or 8, something like that.
Ooh.
I had to drink in style at Wrigley.
Yeah, indeed. But yeah, it's nice. It's a nice presentation to it. Kind of the can looks like sort of like the Hysteria album. It's come together well. We've gotten very favorable reviews on it, so pleased about that. But I know nothing about beer. I'm
going to give it rave reviews. I love my craft beer. I mean, I drink the regular stuff, but I think for me, I love craft a lot better. So you guys did a good job. A great team with Elysian.
Thank you very much.
Vivian Campbell on the phone. Vivian, thanks for your time today. We can't wait. We've been hyping this show forever, and it seems like it's been forever since we said this show was going to come here, and Monday night it comes to fruition. Def Leppard, Journey, Wells Fargo Arena, 2018's Tour of the Year. So, Vivian, thanks a lot, and we'll see you on Monday.
Thanks, Doug. Pleasure to talk to you.
Thanks for listening to the Doug Bailey Podcast. And don't forget to subscribe to the show on your favorite podcast platform.